Hey, everybody. Hi, hi. We are back. We are back. We are back. Just check this. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Oh my God. It feels so good to be back, guys. It feels good. It feels real good to be back. We are live, man. We are live. I have a special person with me today. Very special person. Oh my God. So let me tell y'all before I start. Um, I did need that break. I did need that very long break. It was very necessary. And in that time, I got to get a mini vacation. I wouldn't even say it's a mini vacation, but it was a vacation, a beautiful one in Spain. Now I'm peeling because the sun was so hot. But it's a pleasure to be back. I thank you guys for just all the messages you guys sent. When are you coming back? Everything. It was just amazing. It was beautiful. So thank you guys. Thank you. I think if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you all. Thank you all. And welcome back to season 4. Season 4. Yes, season 4. It's a shock for me to even say that, but season 4, we are here. We are here. Hi, John. The very best night. Yes. Yes. It is. It very much is. It's been a while. It's been a while. It really has been. I kind of like miss this feeling. How do you feel today, though, Miss Adela?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm very good. Nice and
Nice.
relaxed.
Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be nice tonight. It should be a nice little mellow vibe tonight. Even though I'm hype right now, I'm hype because I've been off for 2 months and I just came back. So yeah, I'm really happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. Welcome everyone tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Let the show begin. All right. So normally we wait like 5 minutes before we actually start. So we'll just like talk and chill and just vibes out until we start. So don't mind me if I'm too chatty right now. I'm like really, really happy. I'm very happy to be back. Oh my God, I'm very happy to be back. Mm, let me just double check. Yeah, we are all set. We are all set. Hi everyone. I hope your couple months that I was off, I hope it was well spent. I hope everyone is safe, everyone is happy, everyone is just blooming, man. I hope everyone is doing good. Today is a really good day. It was all day. I got to relax today. Even though it's currently 12:04 my time AM because I'm in London. Yeah. I got a little hour and a half until my mother called and woke me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
You
good.
know, mummies. All right, guys. Everybody in. We are about to start the show. So I'm gonna start. So welcome everyone. Welcome back to Fresh Twist. It's a Sincerely Her Story podcast. Welcome back. We're about to start. So you guys know I always start with the intro. So let's go.
Thank you to our sponsors, Fort Fightins, Funky Fab Cosmetics, Sincerely Her Story, Bella Dynamite Accessories, Ebenezer Real Estate Services Limited, and Utopia Natural Face and Body. For more information about our sponsors, check our Facebook and Instagram at Sincerely Her Story. This is a live streaming of A Fresh Twist Co. with JC and Friends Season 4.
Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Hi. Welcome back to season 4 of A Fresh Twist. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. I'm so happy. Welcome back. Welcome. It's a pleasure to be back on. And tonight I have an extraordinary person with joining me on this cast tonight. So welcome everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for your love and support. And you know the show is about to start. But before we start, as you guys know, I live in America. Lived in America for a very long time, and I just recently moved to London. A tragedy hit the United States, in Texas, where the mass shooting happened of the kids. It's very heartbreaking. It's very, very heartbreaking. So I just want to give a moment of silence for the babies that we lost and the families that lost as well. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. So tonight we're going to be talking about the skin you're in. Knowing the skin you're in. We have a special guest, I said. Her name is Adela. Miss Adela, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hello. Well, as JC said, my name is Adela. I own Utopia Natural Face and Body Spa, where I do everything from facials to body sculpting. Basically, I just help you relax, right? I've been in business for probably 16 years, and we have just been quietly changing the rules of life, of skincare, of how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to feel. And basically, I try to help people step away from their everyday life, basically. Right? And
so you're like the getaway spot.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good. That's really, really nice. So guys, you heard it. You heard her. Where are you located? Just so people that know.
I am located in San Fernando, Separo Road, Bodnav. And it is I don't do walk-ins. I work strictly by appointments. So usually when you come in, it's your time at the spa, literally. Very rare you would meet a crowd or a lot of people. Once you come, it's you and I, and we do your treatments and you relax.
Yes, guys. So if you need a runaway, a getaway, or hideaway, you know where to find it. It's called Utopia Natural Face and Body. It's in San Fernando. So you know where to go when you want to relax.
Mhm.
All right. So, guys, tonight, like I said, we're diving deep into knowing the skin you're in. So, as a young person growing up in Trinidad, and I say young person because I left when I was younger, um, nobody really taught me about my skin or even how to love the skin that I'm in. It was something that I had to do when I became an adult. I don't think we have enough, or we don't even have discussions about our skin unless somebody calls us a name. You know, like when you go to school and then they call you, like, because you have darker skin, they will probably call you, oh, blackie, or they will call you red butter monkey because you red. The kind of things that they associated our complexion or skin to, it was very degrading, and it didn't encourage you to actually like or love the skin that you was in. So um I want to talk about that. I will start off by asking a question. um how many different skin types are there?
So there are four four different skin types that we know
Hmm.
of, right? I would say normal, oily,
Hmm.
combination, dry, and sensitive. Right? Let me
Mm.
throw that one in, sensitive as well. Right? I heard you say that long ago people didn't know about skin and we weren't taught. And I have to say we weren't taught about it. And that's why skincare is very personal to me, because I too
Mm.
went through that skincare time and that irritated skin and not knowing what to do or how to treat with it.
Right.
Um, but in 2022,
Hmm.
the information on skin and the misinformation on skin and social media and so many other things has thrown a shadow over skin and what you should look for, what you shouldn't look for, what you should do, what you should not, what you could do, what you can't do,
Right.
right? And apart from the skin types, there are skin conditions,
Oh,
right? Which is two different things. So you
yeah.
have these skin types, which, as we just explained, is oily, normal, dry, sensitive, and then we have
Hmm.
skin conditions
Hmm.
that is mixed or combined with the skin type, right?
Oh,
Skin conditions are like acne, we
yeah.
have rosacea, for instance, we have hyperpigmentation. All of these are conditions added on to what it is you already have. So
Wow.
sometimes people come to me or they go into a store and they're looking for a lightener,
Hmm.
right? And you're looking for a lightener, but what is your skin type? What is your skin condition? What it is you want to treat? And
Yeah.
really and truly, I guess this is what we're trying to talk about here today,
Yeah.
because we have to know what
You
to
just
do,
said
how to
something,
treat
the
it,
skin
etc.
conditions. The skin conditions, you just brought up one. I didn't hear, you brought a few, but I didn't hear one of them. You said there was acne and then there was something else in the middle.
Rosacea.
What is that?
Rosacea is when the skin keeps a reddish tone on the
Hmm.
skin.
Hmm.
Um, it's no matter what you do, your skin always looks a little bit flushed,
Oh.
right? And it's usually associated with sensitive skin type, right?
Oh, okay,
So the
okay.
slightest thing will have you, no matter what it is you do, you have that irritated or reddish
Irritation.
look on your skin, like if you have on blush, basically,
Oh, okay. Well,
right?
that even look, I'm learning something here too. That's really interesting.
Yeah. There are so many different things associated with skin that people don't know, and
Yeah.
basically it's by trial and error, right?
Hmm.
To
So how
find
would
out
a
what.
person who have oily skin, sorry to cut you off, how would a person who have oily skin know that they have oily skin besides just the oils coming up?
Well, of large pores, that is another
Mm.
giveaway. right? Because usually the skin or the pores, the face, the skin is so oily that it starts to settle. It starts to settle within the pore, and if the skin is not being cleaned properly, and by cleaned I don't mean over cleaning or over exfoliating. If the skin is not being cleaned properly, then the oil and the sebum, etc., starts to build, right, on the skin within the pores, and then you have that.
That effect. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Guys, sorry, I am learning too. Yeah, but I think it's necessary that we do learn these things, because I remember I struggle, I could admit that I struggle with acne, as you could still see. I do
Right.
have, and I also have hyperpigmentation.
Right.
So when I was in school, nobody told me that, like, hey, when you hit puberty sometimes too, that you will start developing acne, or a different type of acne, like the hormonal acne.
Mhm.
So a lot of people don't even know that that's associated with, um, like, for instance, your cycle.
Right.
Like your cycle
Mhm.
could bring on these different types of
These
acne.
buttons and stuff. But
Yeah.
apart from your cycle, we have the chemical hormones
Mhm.
that can be found in food, right?
Mhm.
So hormonal acne is a lot of little difference, a lot of little things as well, because even with that could trigger off or aggravate by you just eating something that has the chemicals that you're not aware of.
Mm.
So that's why even when clients come to me, I always ask them, when last you had a cleanse, when last, you try to flush your system a little bit, you try to ensure that your system remains a little bit, alkaline, bring your pH down within your body, you know.
Mm.
So acne can be brought on by so many things, as you said, hormones. It can be
Yeah.
brought on by your hands constantly touching your skin and putting bacteria on there. And some
Yeah.
people just naturally pass their hands on their face. We just did a facial. What are you doing?
Habit,
Right?
habit. Wow.
During puberty is you go through that hormonal phase, and then you have parents now, because it is different from long ago, but parents are more aware, so they are
Mhm.
more concerned, right? And
Yeah.
of course the children, they are more, looking at themselves now compared to long ago,
Long
right?
time. Yeah.
Um, but even with young kids, with teenagers, and I have 2 teenage boys myself, I
Mhm.
try to go as gentle as possible, because I try to tell clients, you don't want to start off heavy at 15, 16, what you're going to use later on, right? And
Oh.
I try not to push. I don't go for the tablets and stuff. I prefer
Yeah.
not to go that route where your skin is concerned. So
Mhm.
from a young age, from a tender age, you're trying not to go too heavy. If it is you pass through that stage and you reach an adult and you're experiencing, or you're now experiencing adult acne, then maybe we could go a little bit heavier, because the hormones are there. If it is you reach a certain age, or you're a little bit more mature, the skin has started to reverse, and you start to lose oil, and you start to dry up. So it all
Yeah.
depends on your skin. It literally all depends on your skin. And I tell clients, I have set facials, yes,
Mhm.
but when you come to me, I am better able to advise you on what you should and should not do, because I'm seeing the skin. And the
Yeah.
skin speaks to you. People
Yeah.
don't know that. It tells you, no, don't do this. No, don't
Because
eat
you
that.
get either the irritation, or you will
Exactly.
start
It
breaking
speaks to
out.
you. Exactly. Stop
Adult
using this product. It's not working.
adult acne. Now, a lot of, during the pandemic, especially, right? A lot
Mhm.
of adults experience acne because the
Right.
mask touching on their face
Right.
started to irritate their skin,
Yeah.
and for example, sorry, bro, I'm paying out your business a little bit, my sister. But during the pandemic, she really had a lot of breakouts, to the point where it was even like becoming part of an insecurity for her because she never had to deal with that. So
Right.
how would you advise someone, an adult who is now experiencing acne for the first time,
Mhm.
how do they go about dealing with that situation?
Okay, so you said that the mask touching the face. Apart from
Yeah.
the mask touching the mask on the face on a whole generates a heat. And
Mm.
that in itself irritates the skin and causes you to break out. Right? Is she wearing the mask all day?
Yeah, she has to because she works in the airport. So
And
it's
she has makeup on as well?
no, she don't wear makeup.
No makeup at all.
No.
What moisturizer is she wearing on the skin before the mask?
Oh. So
Right?
that's also something that could affect.
Because if you're wearing something maybe too heavy, then apart from your natural oils and then you combine the heat of the mask, it creates that buildup,
Oh.
right? The heat itself helps to penetrate that treatment a little bit more, and then you have whatever is left on the surface of your skin just sitting there all day, combined with if it is she sweats, etc.
Mm-hmm.
There is a product or products now that are geared towards maskne. So the ingredients, a little bit more calming, it's a little bit more soothing, and based on your skin, it can be recommended to treat. So I would advise whatever she's using on her skin, take a look at it, see what it is, see the ingredients, right? And maybe she has to change that to help. Get something anti-inflammatory to apply on the skin, something light,
Okay.
not something too heavy. And then all of that will be based on what she's using on her skin. So environmental factors again is a big thing, and we see it now more as we wearing the mask, because with
Yeah.
that little change, a lot of people who wasn't breaking out before has started to break out.
Mhm.
Right? So
That is
you now have to adjust, you have to change. When I'm in Trinidad, I can use a certain cleanser, a certain moisturizer. If I travel to the States, even within a week, I start to see the differences in my skin. You have to adjust what it is you're putting on your skin based on your circumstance, based on your condition. If it is you're working outside in the heat all day and then you start to work in the air condition the next day, you have to adjust that skincare. What you're using, the sunblock and everything that you're using when you're working as a construction worker, you can't use the same thing if it is you're working in an office, in air condition, extremely cold. It changes the dynamic of your skin, right? So when people ask, how do I know what to do with my skin? Or when people come into me and they say, this is happening, I have to go through with them what happened last week, what was happening last month, where you were at, what you was using on your skin, the ingredients, what changed, increased stress levels. All of these things make a difference.
stress
And
as well.
you have to know. You have to take a back step and say, well, okay, this happened. Maybe I need to cut back on this. Yeah.
So someone asked a question, and that's very informative. I have questions within all of those things. I'll get there soon. Rowan asked a question. He said, for curiosity, what about ingrowing hairs on men?
Okay, so that's a big thing. Ingrowing hairs on men, everybody's skin is different. And because it's different, you treat it differently, right? So you're having a problem with ingrown hairs, what it is you're using to remove the hairs. You're using a cream, you're using a file, the men's shaving kit, one of the professional ones. Are you just shaving? What are you using? When it is you're finished with that, because again, it's trial and error. You have to play around with the different types of hair removals until you can settle on one that works for you. I cannot say, use this and you use it, and then you might say that didn't work. She doesn't know what she's talking about. It does not work like that. Everybody's skin is different. The thickness of the hair is different. The coarseness of the hair. Some people have coarse hair, some people have fine hair. But you find that in every different sector, different types of men still have ingrown hair issues. So I would say play around with different types of hair removal methods until you can settle on one that gives you less. Ingrown hairs usually grows back into the skin, so you try and do some sort of exfoliation before and even after you remove the hair, right? Apart from that, there are treatments that you can use before and after to help with dead skin cell removal, not manual, we're talking about chemical.
Yeah.
And that will help to melt the buildup on the skin to allow the hair to grow out freely and even help to lighten any areas that may be dark because of previous ingrown hairs, etc.
So sometimes some people will see like ingrowing hairs and they might want to take a tweezer and pull it out, and you have people tweezing
Yeah,
these hairs
yes,
out. Is that something that you would advise that someone do, or
definitely. If the hair
why?
is in and it continues to grow in, then you would have that it basically sends a signal that the skin is being attacked. And if the skin
Okay.
is under attack, then it's gonna cause that inflammation, it's gonna cause that swelling, etc., etc. Once the hair is removed, then the area is free to be cleansed, and then you'd find that the bump will go down, etc. Right? So to get the hair out, yes. Sometimes people do preventative methods. Once they remove the hair, they come to the spa or wherever they can get somebody to sit down and actually remove any hairs that are in the skin. And you will find that will give it a ease. But of course, time-wise, not everybody has that time.
Time,
Right?
yeah.
But the hair growing in will continue to grow in, and some of them grow quite long. So you have to try to get it out. And it is painful, yeah. It is as painful as it sounds.
Whoa. That is, yeah. I have another question, but before we get to those questions, I have one myself. How can someone get to know their skin type? What method should they do to get to know what their skin type is?
Okay, so again, trial and error. I would say cleanse your skin with water in the morning, not at night, right? Why I'm using just water is because depending on the cleanser that you use, it could change the result of what you think your skin needs. For example, if you're using an exfoliating cleanser because you have acne breakouts, etc., then that exfoliating cleanser will create a dryness on the skin. So you would cleanse your skin and take a couple hours and look at your skin and say, wow, I have dry skin. But it may not necessarily be so because you've just stripped the skin with an exfoliating cleanser. Likewise, if it is you were to use a cream cleanser, which would leave a film on your skin, creating a nice moisturized, hydrated look.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to check what type of skin you have. Rinse your skin with warm water. Do it for about 3 days, right? So that you can monitor how your skin reacts. Then take a look at your skin. If it's oily, within a couple hours after you're doing extreme oil, we're not talking about a light sheen, then you have oily skin, right? If it is you have dry skin, then you would find after you finish rinsing it off with water, and this is in the morning and not in the afternoon when you have your day's sweat, you may need a little bit more to clean the skin. So this is in the morning because your skin would have been cleansed properly from the night before. So in the morning, you just rinse with warm water alone, dry the skin off, and leave it and monitor it. And based on what it is you see, you would be able to gauge better what type of skin you have.
Oh, okay.
Right?
That's informative.
Combination skin, of course, you would have that T-zone that is extremely oily, and then the rest of the skin may either be normal, it may be dry.
Just for people to know, can you explain where the T-zone is?
The T-zone is your forehead coming straight down here to your chin, right? As you can see, it makes a T, right? So it's straight across and down. So that's your T-zone area, right?
Nice. Somebody have a question. What helps with dark circles under eyes? Let's put this, Michelle.
Dark circles around your eyes are caused by many things. So it could be because of lack of sleep, and then well, you try to get more sleep in. It could be tiny veins. Some people have tiny veins underneath there, and that causes that darkening. It could be genetics. It could be hereditary. Everybody in your family has it. And still, I try to not hold that accountable, the genetics, because not everybody would have the foresight to know what it is to do to treat the areas, right? So around your eye area, once it is you seeing that in your family from a very early age, you start to treat your eyes, right? And because the eye is thin, the eye area is thin, the treatments for eyes or around eye area are usually very gentle, right? So you can't start to use it from young, just trying to make sure the eyes are moisturized. You're putting that vitamins in there, you're putting hyaluronic acid, these sort of things.
The person said she got it from chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy.
Yeah. So she gained the circles from the chemo.
That's a tough one, right? So if you got it from chemotherapy, that means you're in remission. So you're off the chemo now?
Let me see. I'm not sure. Miss Shirley, if you can answer. She asked if you're off chemo. But
so,
also,
okay, so if it is she got it during chemo, right? Then I believe that there would be a period where you would have to wait for your body itself to adjust and for whatever it is was going on the inside to kind of flush out. So if I was faced with that, I would wait a while before I start to try to treat that area. If it wasn't something that you had before, then I am sure that you can try to alleviate the darkening with time. Right?
And she did confirm that, yes, she is off chemo. Congratulations, Miss Shirley. Congratulations.
Yes.
So back in we would see it on TV, and this could be another misconception of beauty as well, where we would take cucumbers and put it over your eye, and you think that will help with the dark circles on the eye. Is that a misconception, or is that actually factual?
Cucumbers on the eye, relaxing. If it is you have had sleeping issues, it would help to, calm the area, hydrate the area. But to say get rid of heavy darkening around the eyes, it probably wouldn't. No.
Okay.
Probably wouldn't. But if you want to relax,
then definitely
some cucumbers on your eyes, relax the eye muscles. Some people have tired eyes, or it will work for all of that. But it will hydrate the eyes a little bit as well. But it's not going to do any major treating or
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just like if you want to look bougie and feel bougie, then you could put it there as well. You could just put the cucumbers there. Nice. I have questions coming in. So I have a question from John. What should men do to take care of their face after shaving? Example, estrogen, alcohol, what percentage, and what about moisturizing after the estrogen?
Say that again. I missed you. I got cut off.
Oh, sorry. He said, what? Me? Yeah. He said, what should men do to take care of their face after shaving? Maybe we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm not sure.
Hello?
Yeah. All right, guys, give us a couple seconds. I'm loving these questions. Oh, by the way, you guys could hold on 1 minute. Are you hearing me now?
No, I'm not.
All right. You can try see you signing out and then coming back in if you hear me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
You hear me now? All right, good.
Yeah.
All right. So the question was, what should men do to take care of their face after shaving?
Okay, we need to exfoliate at least once or twice a week, right? We need to hydrate the skin with a moisturizer, preferably something with a little bit of AHA or glycolic in there
Mhm.
to help melt the buildup underneath. Sunblock, sunscreen is a definite for everybody, men and women, especially men, because they get we get a lot of trouble getting them to follow a routine,
Yeah.
right? So, and just a moisturizer and sunblock, not two, a moisturizer and sunblock on the skin, and that not only helps to prevent the UV rays from getting at the skin. As you
Mhm.
age later, you see the difference with your skin. You know the difference between men and women who used sunblock and took care
Sunscreen.
of themselves,
Yeah.
of their skin, and who didn't use sunblock and take care of their skin.
I
So
think that
definitely a sunblock and moisturizer,
Mhm.
definitely exfoliation at least twice a week, and then please no soap, please no soap, a cleanser on the skin.
Why you will advise no soap?
The ingredients that holds the soap together is what clogs your pores, right?
Oh.
So you try to use a cleanser based on your skin type, gel cleanser, you know, cleanser specifically for your skin type,
Mm.
right? And I also tell clients, you put it on your skin, leave it on, take a shower, rinse off. If it is you have
Mm.
a makeup, then you try to do two cleanse, one for the bulk of the makeup, and then you do a second cleanse, work it in there. So the little ingredients that the cleanser has is able to activate and work. And that's another thing. Some people apply sunblock and run out into the sun. It takes about 15 minutes, give or take, for the ingredients to activate and for that
I am
protection
guilty
to,
of that.
right? Right? So you need to put that sunblock on, work it into your skin, leave it on, and then go out. I know some
Mm.
people have an issue with the whitest cast
Yeah.
that it leaves on the skin. We in 2022, there are a lot of products that you can use that does not leave that
That
whitish,
point. Yep.
right? This is not long ago. We need to leave that in the past, right? We're in 2022. Let's go forward, right?
Yep. Because that ring could be a little
Exactly. It could be a
discouraging at
turn off for
times.
most. It could be a
But
turn off
there's
for most.
also sunscreen that's I think made for black women. There are
Yeah,
sunscreen that are made for black
yeah,
women
yeah,
and you don't have that.
yeah,
Google, search, find.
yeah.
Search and find. One more question. Well, two more, but I'll go with one more. The skin, well, I have a question. How can women 50 plus take care of their skin?
Okay. 50 plus, retinol,
Mm.
hyaluronic acid, moisturizer. Your moisturizer, you applying it on damp skin, not on dry skin. You don't see your skin dry and just lather on moisturizer on it because the skin does not know how to retain it. It confuses the skin, right? You always try to have your
Oh.
skin, like when you come out of the shower, that's the best time, right? You try to I don't know how you're going to get moisture on there during the day if your skin is dry, but always try to get the moisturizer on damp skin so that it could create that protective barrier, and then you do whatever you have to, right? So women in their 50s plus, we hyaluronic, we talking retinol, depending on the type of retinol, you do it twice or three times a week to just start off. That would help with fine lines and wrinkles. Vitamin C, and there are different types of vitamin C that you use based on your skin type, and that would help with collagen. It will help to brighten the skin, and again, based on your condition,
Mhm.
then you treat to suit, right?
That's I am just soaking everything in, and I hope everybody listening soaking in too, because this is what I was talking about, that we don't know just these simple things like washing your face. Most of us wash
Mhm.
our face with just soap. We just think, all right, because I'm going in the shower, I'm just going to use soap and wash my face, not knowing
Right.
that you do need a specific facial wash
Yeah.
just designed for
Yeah.
face. Um, Someone says, "What about a 9-year-old? My daughter has buttons on her forehead. So how would you go about dealing with that?" That's an interesting
Okay.
question because she's
So
9.
it's interesting for me as well because, well, apart from her being 9 years, if it's concentrated on the forehead alone, then you have to look at what she's using in her hair. That
Mm,
could be, it could be something with that. Because if it's just on the forehead and nowhere else, something that she's using in her hair is trickling down on her forehead, right?
mm,
With a 9-year-old as well, to get rid of some of that oil that is probably creating that breakout on that area, a nice gentle scrub on that
okay.
area would help as well, just to alleviate. Um, you wash the skin with a warm cleanser, preferably a gel cleanser if she's breaking out, something light over the
Mhm.
entire face. You work it in, rinse it with warm water.
Warm water.
Warm water. That will help to open up the pores a little bit. And then you go over with an exfoliating scrub, something with granules in it.
Yeah.
Work it into the skin and rinse it off, right? Apart from that, if it is she's not coming in to do a facial, her hair, something she's using in her hair could be triggering it off, apart from puberty, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
So what I try to do is eliminate. And again,
Okay.
this is just me. This is a personal thing with my children because I have a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old, and I
Mm,
have boys. I couldn't get them to take the regular cleanses, right? Because they're not, no matter what I say, they're not going to do it. So what
yeah.
I do, this is something personal, I do cucumbers in water for them. So instead of them drinking regular water, I would have them drink that, and it cools the system, it alkalinizes the system,
Mm.
right? And it helps with skin.
With the
So if
skin.
you want to do something with cucumber, drink
I
it.
am doing something with cucumber tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm having a glass of cucumber water.
So
But
yeah,
she
so that's what
did
I do.
respond. She did respond and say that her hair is dry. So that will lead to
Yeah,
another question.
yeah.
Can pillows also affect your skin?
Yes, it
Pillows,
does.
and how does that,
Um,
like, why?
because remember, dirt accumulates,
Mm-hmm.
bacteria accumulates, and if you're having a breakout again, we go to elimination. We try to get rid of these things. Where you put
Mm-hmm.
in your face, it could be a dirty cell phone, it could be the pillow as you described, it could be dandruff from the hair, you
Mm.
know. So all of these things count. People say it doesn't, but I have been there where my skin constantly breaking out,
Wow.
and I literally have to keep eliminating until I say, aha, this is
This
it,
is
right? So, yeah, your pillows play a major a part because some people don't change their pillow sheets.
yep.
So, a
Or
week, two
even your
weeks, go in,
pillows.
3 weeks. Exactly, exactly. The hair bonnets that you're wearing on your head, you have
Mhm.
to make sure and wash that out as regularly as possible. And another thing is, apart from your forehead, some people get body acne. And
Yes.
I have picked up that it could be something as simple as a change in detergent.
Wow.
Whatever is in the detergent gets on the clothes, gets in the bonnet, and you put it on your head. And
You have
again,
an
we have to
irritation.
eliminate. Exactly. So you find clients who come in with chest acne and back acne, and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. We
Yeah.
go through everything with a fine teeth comb to figure out what it
What
could
is
be,
the reason?
right? Because I tell clients, I can do my part, but you have to do your part as well.
Yeah. That's very, very informative. I am
Yeah.
even learning. Listen, my
Yeah.
pillows are going to be changed every 3 months from now. Eliminate. I'm going to have a checklist just eliminating things. Um, guys, so I'm doing something different where you guys could actually call in and ask your questions. So the link is going to come up soon. Once the link is up, you could actually click the link, sign in, and you could ask your questions. So we have it's almost to the end of it, but you could still ask your questions. So the link will be up shortly. So the diet thing, right?
Mhm.
So if I eat, because I have a sweet tooth,
Right.
I like little candies and stuff. I'm always sneaking them in. Sneaking them in. And I have this thing, yeah. So
And we know, or at least you're going to know now, that sugar leads to reduced cell function, right?
mm.
So you are literally helping the bacteria when it says you have too much sweets.
Oh.
No, I mean, let's be real. We can't stop everything, right?
Yeah,
But I'm talking about myself again. Me.
yeah,
If it is I have a pack of Cheetos or some nuts, next
yeah.
3 or 4 days, you're going to see buttons representing that Cheetos and some nuts. Right? So you have to know what it is you want and move to suit. You have to know what you do that triggers your skin into bad or good. Right?
Hmm. I have two questions here. I didn't say this. Many dark-skinned people believe that they do not need sunscreen. What is the truth?
We need it. That is the truth. We need it. We need it. And I tell people, when you're young and that skin is nice and tight, you're not worried about it anymore. But as you age and you start to see the sunspots come out, because it is a very real thing. It is not what you think, and it is not um, fiction. It is very, very real for a lot of people, especially as you age. You see the sunspots, you see the wrinkles, you see the age on your skin
Coming
more,
in. Yeah.
right? You have to protect your skin from young.
Wow.
I am talking from young. I am not saying to overdo it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell anybody to apply a set of product on your skin, because what happens is your skin could only absorb a certain amount, and what you want is to get that protective film over your skin. You're not putting a whole lot for it to sit on your skin and cause more problems. You're putting just enough, right? But do you need sunblock? Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Especially in Trinidad.
Especially in Trinidad. And some of us, if it is we going into the beach, etc., once you go into that water and you come back out, you have
Yeah.
to reapply,
Yes.
right? And most of us do good and we put it on and we go to the beach and say yes. And then we go into the water and forget about Mr. Sunblock. It's been washed off.
Yeah. I see that's also another misconception, because they say, "Oh, you're black, you have melanin in your skin, and it's protecting you
No.
from the sun, and you're good." Not knowing that we really need this. We really
Yep.
need this to
Yep.
protect our skin. So
Yep.
we're not as protected as we would like to think because we have melanin. Guys, the link is up. So if you want to click the link to call in and just to ask any question, the link is up. There's a question too. There's what about sugars in fruits? Hold on. Let me see.
Bad
I'm
connection.
not sure. I
I'm
think
not
you just having
hearing.
a little. Yeah, I think it went back into that zone again.
Hello?
Yeah. All right, guys. So you could call in and ask your questions, or you could type your questions, however you feel. But you know that you could call in now and ask your questions. Adele, you could hear me now? I'm not sure if she could hear yet. I hope today was very informative for you guys, and you get to like really learn a lot about your skin, and you get to learn a lot about your skin and how to treat it. All right, there we go. We're back.
Yeah.
So there was a question that what about the sugars in fruits?
That's natural, so it gets broken down easier as opposed to candy, etc., etc. So sugars and fruits, that's fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I have one person coming on, so let me just. Hi, Bev. Ask the question, Bev. Hello, Bev. Right, I guess she can't. One question I do want to know, because some people may have daughters and they may want to know how to at what age should they start teaching their daughters or sons about face, like cleaning their face and taking care of this face and stuff like that? At what age should that start?
As early as possible. Why? Because if it is you take too long, it gets harder to get that routine in. So from young, no soap, forget the soap, right? And from young, try to dissuade them from picking the skin, popping the pimples, etc. Right? So from very early, try not to wait too long. By 9, 10 is good age. It's good age.
At what age should they come to a spa?
It depends. I have a teen facial at my spa, so it depends on where you go, right? You don't want to start off on the harsh chemicals, etc., from too early. As I said, once they're young, you try to go as gentle as possible. The facial, try to make it as natural as possible, right? It's easier for me because when I started, I was strictly natural products. I was using no chemical at the spa, right? So it's easy for me to do a facial for a child without going too heavy, right?
Okay.
But things like extractions with some children, because some children have a lot of breakouts and they can't help but pick. So to avoid them doing it, you could start them with a basic facial, a deep pore cleanse, just to get that buildup out and start grooming the face, calming it, etc., so that they would be a little bit more comfortable with themselves and in their skin.
Yes.
Right?
And that will lead to my next question. So like when I started off, I said, a lot of us didn't know how to really love our skin or love the skin that we're in. So
Right.
what are some tips or some advice you would give to people? And I mean, talking about from kids to adults. What are some advice you would give so that they will be able to be comfortable in the skin that they're in and love and embrace the skin they're in?
Okay. I would say treat your skin as if it were a baby, basically, right? Take your time with it. Try not to pull and tug at it at different intervals. What you use on it, go as gentle as possible unless you have to. If you don't have to, don't go there. I've been seeing on the social media where people using a lot of prescription strength, retinols, etc., on their skin. Don't go there unless you have to. And even if it is you decide to go there, even the doctors will tell you you're not supposed to be on that long term steroid-based stuff, etc., right? Because it thins the skin, right? And again, with your baby, if you're dealing with a baby, you're dealing with a child, you try to do everything to ensure the strength of that child. So you want to make sure that your skin barrier is always ready, right? You want to make sure your skin barrier is as strong as. So you don't want to do anything that is going to thin the skin, that is going to overly irritate the skin, right? I would say once your skin calms, you start to tweak your treatments. So for example, if you have acne and you're using glycolic acids. You're doing peels. After a while, as the acne calms, you don't need to be on glycolics for the rest of your life, right? You could start to slowly reduce, slowly come off. Because the goal is to have normal skin. Not
Right.
too oily, not too dry, not acneic, no conditions. That's the goal, right? Because you want flawless skin. So in
Yes.
order to do that, whatever it is you do, you're doing it as gentle as possible, unless you have to go heavier. And if it is you go heavier, you're not staying heavy. You're preparing yourself, your skin, your mind, and everything else to slowly come off of it.
So it's like
Right?
a temporary thing.
It's like a temporary
just to
thing.
fix, but you have to come off.
Exactly. Right? So watch your diet, drink water, right? And cleanse, tone, moisturize, and sunscreen, sunblock, protect yourself, right?
Guys, go and get your sunblock. Get your sunscreen.
Yeah. I would say that at nights is your day's sweat, right? So you try to do your heaviest clean at nights. In the morning, your skin is not supposed to be that dirty, right? And if it is, that means something is triggering the skin to overreact, to overproduce, etc. So on mornings, you try to go as light as possible. You try to, let the skin breathe, don't put too much.
But this is a very interesting one. So we are Caribbean people.
Right.
And we live and breathe by bush medicine and bush related ingredients. Right. So what about bush remedies?
I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
They could try.
Say that again?
It's something that they could try.
Yeah. I tend not to be closed-minded where skin is concerned, because what might work for me may not necessarily work for you. For
somebody else, yeah.
Bush medicine ruled back in the day.
Exactly.
Right? And it brought a lot of our grandparents to this day. And some of their skin, when you look at their skin, they're older now, but it survived the time.
Exactly.
Right? The test of time. So I am not opposed to it. I have seen where it can work. It helps internally and externally.
Yeah.
Right? You just have to get that right mix, that right composition, because sometimes even the bush medicine tends to be too strong. Right?
That
so
is true.
You have to know what you're doing when it is, or if it is you choose to go that way.
And how old would you advise for a parent to take their child to see a dermatologist?
A dermatologist comes in at any point in time based on what skin condition you are faced with.
Okay.
Right? So there is no real age. I tend to recommend what I would do if it were my child.
Okay.
Right? And I would really exhaust all options before I go to medicine. You know what I mean? Because I really believe usually some of these skin conditions are a direct result of some little thing that you're doing that you're not aware of. Okay. And it could be something simple that would work for me that will not work for you at all. Yes. Right?
I understand. Understood. I want to say thank you very much, Adela. This was very informative. I really appreciate this, and I know everybody else on this live appreciates it because it was very, very informative. I am going to create a checklist. Guys, a little better get a little checklist together. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do a giveaway from Miss Adela's store, which is Utopia Natural Face and Body. I am going to do a giveaway, so stay tuned. But it was very, very informative. And I do want to say thank you so much for taking the time to just inform us more about our skin. I'm definitely going to start developing a better relationship with my skin with this information that you have provided with you shared today. I'm definitely going to, I tell you, checklist. tick, tick, tick. See what is the cause. I definitely want to make sure I get clearer and normal skin.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure to have you guys. It's a pleasure to have you here as well, listening to us talk. I hope you guys learn a lot today because this was very informative. Thank you again and see you guys next week, Thursday. Look out for what the topic will be and also look out for the giveaway challenge. So have a great night and see you guys Thursday. Bye everybody.
Bye.